In the fast-moving world of 2025, a boy named Aiden Miller lived a life that felt too small for his dreams. He worked long hours delivering food just to support his mother and little sister. Every evening, after returning tired and defeated, he scrolled through motivational videos on his cracked phone. Instead of feeling inspired, he felt overwhelmed. People his age were building businesses, traveling, earning real income, and changing their lives while he was stuck at the bottom, barely surviving. He wondered why nothing in his life ever shifted, why every day felt like a copy of the last. One cold February night changed everything. While scrolling half asleep, he stumbled upon a video. A man stared into the camera and said, "Your entire life can change with one decision." The line hit Aiden straight in the chest. He replayed it again and again. The world outside was silent, but inside him something loud was happening. He couldn't sleep. He kept thinking of everything he'd never tried, everything he'd always feared, everything he had silently accepted as my fate. At 3:17 a.m., lying awake in a dark room, he whispered the sentence that would flip his destiny. "I decide. I'm changing my life." He had no idea how he would do it. He had no money, no laptop, no skills, and no plan. But he had something new, a decision. And sometimes that's more valuable than all the tools in the world. The next morning he started learning whatever he could using free resources, high tools, script writing, editing, thumbnails, freelancing, short-form content, and motivational storytelling. He practiced on his old overheating phone. His first work was terrible, messy edits, childish thumbnails, cringy scripts. But he didn't quit. For the first time, he didn't quit.
After days of struggling, Aiden created his first motivational video using free AI footage and a simple voiceover. It wasn't great, but he decided to post it anyway. The next morning, he checked his phone, expecting nothing but instead saw something impossible. 3,000 views, hundreds of likes, and dozens of comments from strangers thanking him. "Bro, I needed this today," one wrote. Aiden stared at the screen with watery eyes. For the first time ever, something he made had touched someone. It wasn't money, but it was worth more than money. It was meaning, and meaning fuels mountains. He kept making more videos. Some flopped, some grew, some went unnoticed, but Aiden didn't stop. His skills slowly sharpened. He started crafting better scripts, clearer edits, stronger thumbnails. He began to understand how to make a message powerful, how to hold viewers for 30 seconds, how to create emotional impact. Soon, small clients began to appear: 5 thumbnails, $10 scripts, $15 edits. They weren't huge amounts, but they were proof he was growing, proof that he wasn't stuck anymore, proof that he was building something even if tiny. But life doesn't stop testing those who try to rise. Aiden's mother suddenly fell sick, and hospital bills became a mountain. Rent increased. Groceries swallowed more of his income. His little sister needed school supplies. Pressure tightened around him like a rope. But instead of breaking, he repeated his midnight promise. One decision. That decision didn't remove his problems, but it changed him. He worked late nights, woke up early, and refused excuses. He learned advanced AI editing, image generation, content automation, and high-income skills. Aiden wasn't the same ordinary boy anymore. He was sharpening himself like a blade. Months of effort finally paid off one morning when he received an email that made his heart freeze. A huge YouTuber with 2.4 million subscribers had messaged him, "Bro, I love your thumbnails. Want to join my team?" Aiden read the message again and again, unable to breathe. Tears filled his eyes. He said yes instantly. That month, he earned more than 6 months of his delivery job. He paid the medical bills, bought his mother's medicines, stocked groceries, and gave his sister everything she needed for school. And then, with shaking hands, he bought the thing he once thought he would never own, his first laptop. When he unboxed it, he didn't feel like he was touching a machine. He felt like he was holding the proof of his transformation. He sat quietly, staring at it, overwhelmed by the memory of all the nights he worked on a burning phone, all the failures, all the tears, all the silent battles. He whispered the words that had carried him through everything. One decision did this. By the end of 2025, Aiden had a stable income, a growing audience, a clear future, and a confidence he once believed he could never have. He was no longer invisible. He was no longer ordinary. He had rewritten the script of his life. And whenever someone asked him how he changed everything, he always smiled and said, "I didn't change the world. I just changed my decision."